Welcome to the Designated Driver Show,
the podcast where three regular guys chase better golf and even better stories.
Grab a drink, hop in the cart, and ride along with the Designated Driver Show.
Dude, it's so good to be back. Episode 2, baby.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right, so I know we've had a little bit of a start to the holiday season with Thanksgiving and now heading into Christmas. How's the holiday season start out with you guys?
For me, it's been pretty local, thankfully, just staying home, have family all kind of within like a 30-minute, 40-minute radius. So just staying local, lots of places, but, staying home and chilling. What about you guys?
For me, I'm probably I came back from Chicago, and we're probably going to go back to Chicago for Christmas at some point in time, and we're doing Christmas here in Michigan as well. So it's going to be a very busy holiday weekend.
I just got back from Chicago, fresh off a 5.5-hour drive back to Michigan. Was in Saugatuck last weekend for a wedding, had Thanksgiving. I'm ready to be home for a little while. I swear, usually we don't travel this much, but lately it's just been back to back, and you don't realize how hard traveling is until you travel multiple weekends in a row and just your whole schedule, your whole routine's completely off. So please just let me meal prep for the next week, please.
Right.
Or be home enough for the meal prep.
Exactly.
Yeah. Josh, you went to the Michigan Ohio State game too, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely the first tailgate that I can remember going to. We were in an area where the Ohio State buses came right in, so it was pretty lively when that happened. There were a lot of encouraging comments mentioned by the U of M graduates and fans all around there, and they didn't even bother turning around. It was great. They just had to take it. And then it was a great game until the second quarter, and then everything went down from there, and that's when we started to have a little bit more fun. Not really paying attention to the game so much, but it was a good time. It was a good time.
Go green, baby. Go green.
Go white.
I don't know, guys. I'll root for him, but I'm a U of M fan.
Hey, Pat Fitzgerald, and they're coming in hot. I seen this NIL package they're putting together for the Michigan State program. Oh, man, we're coming in. We're coming in with a vengeance these next couple of years.
$1 billion investment. I think one family is investing over $400 million.
Yep.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Yeah, my brother-in-law is a soccer player there at MSU, and he was at that press conference that they did when that family did donate the $400 million. It's pretty cool. He's sending some Snapchats of how it was all set up and stuff. It was pretty sweet.
Nice. That's your brother-in-law that plays for them? I always see you posting about the stuff that he posts.
Yeah, he's a stud. You should check him out. Richie Ludwig.
Okay.
Really good player. Yeah.
That's sick. I wish I could have played for State. I was not that good.
Yeah. Hey, I don't even care about football right now at this point. I'm just ready for basketball to get rolling, watching MSU play. They just played Duke the other night. Great game. They didn't win, but it was a great game. Michigan's basketball looks real good. I mean, just college basketball in general is my favorite, but it's pretty good stuff right now. Really good
man.
teams.
And then you had the Lions blow it on Thanksgiving to the Packers, but then the huge bounce back game against Dallas. Oh, come on, boys. Brian Branch was a tough L though, man. Another Achilles down. What is that? What is our strength and conditioning coach doing?
I don't know. There's some science to the whole turf versus real grass and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've not done any research into it, but I know a lot of players are complaining about that real turf versus grass.
I would like to formally submit my application for the Lions strength and conditioning coach.
There you go. Be leaving us quick, huh?
No. I'll still be here with you boys.
So obviously holiday season coming up. Got Christmas here coming up. This one will be coming out around then. Got the New Year rolling in, but the GIN app always does your year in review. So I've got my 2024 right now, but haven't got my 25 yet. Thought it'd be cool if we did our own 2025 year in review. Kind of just touch on all the highs, the lows, starting handicap, any cool tournaments, events you might have played in, golf trips, whatever. Josh, you want to get it started for us?
Yeah, just kind of a summary of where I started and kind of where I ended up this year. I started at a 13.9 or 13.6 at the beginning of the season, and I ended at a 17.7. So definitely went the opposite direction this year than I did last year, where I think I started the previous year at a like 18 or 19, and I got down to a 13. So I was pretty happy with that, thinking that that trend was going to continue. I got some new clubs, and then the beginning of the season, some things happened where I wasn't able to play as much. I think 2 years ago I did over 90 rounds, and this previous year I did maybe 50. So really the goal this year is to increase the rounds, increase the practicing, increase the workout, actually start, let's say, start the workout instead of, increasing it, and really improve on the game level.
Josh, I was thinking about it. I'm kind of in the spot that you were in last year. So I started at an 18 handicap. I've gotten down to a 12. So I'm praying to God. And then you just said you're getting new clubs, which I'm getting a fitting soon. So, hey, you better not rub any bad juju off on me. Please, please,
Well,
please.
I transferred from AV2s to Circtron, the X7s. And
Okay.
I really loved the clubs to start with in the beginning of the season. And I don't know, it maybe is my swing, maybe it's my timing. Those AV2s had like 90, 95 gram shafts in them, and now I got 120s. So that could be affecting it a little bit as well, along with the different shaft types. I had a regular shaft in the previous set, and this set has a stiff. So there could be a few things that, a lesson or a fitting can definitely look into seeing, tweaking for me. Maybe that's what I need, but and need to get to that point. So that's next on the list.
Last year, Josh, you were out there practicing a lot throughout the week. You were at the range. You were playing multiple times. I know we were playing a bunch, and I think even with your current clubs you got with not playing very much, you just get back into that swing of playing a little bit more and a little bit more
hmm
consistency. You'll probably pick it right back up to where you were at, and just keep getting better and improving with it.
I'm a person that really needs to get all the junk out first. And in order to do that, you got to swing 1,000, 2,000 times. And then once you get the feel back for it again, it comes back. It's kind of like that with most sports for me. But golf has been one of those. It's like, all right, I need to put the time and effort in. If I stop, I'm obviously going to go in the opposite direction.
It's crazy how fast it happens when you don't practice, though. How quickly you can lose your swing. I'm nervous because I've been taking a couple weeks off now with just the holidays and stuff, and I'm scared to swing a club again for the first time.
Dude, in the peak, like spring and summer, and then kind of going into the fall, I'm typically swinging, whether it be on the range, playing, whatever. Typically, I'd say 3 to 4 times a week, like just in some way, whether, like I said, course, range, in the garage, something to keep a feel, and that helps me stay a lot more consistent. But there's days where I could have swung yesterday and everything's been great, and then I go out there tomorrow and it's just absolutely trash, and I have no clue what's going on, but yeah, just that consistency of getting out there definitely will help you out, Josh. I'm sure you're not far off from it. But Nate, so you said you're going to be getting a fitting here soon. Do you know like what specific type of fitting, like specific club for a full bag, specific brand?
Yeah, so I'm just doing irons for now. That's kind of my oldest clubs in the bag. I've kind of updated all my woods and my putter and my wedges, things like that. So the irons were something I bought when I first kind of started three-ish years ago. AP ones, I believe, is what I have. AP one or AP twos, I can't remember. I think it's AP ones, but it's kind of I got them off marketplace. They weren't fitted to me. It's just kind of that time I think now where I've put time into the game, and now I feel like I've got these cheap off marketplace 3-4 years ago. So now going into this year is like, hey, like I'm only 5'7", so I'd never know if I need shorter shafts. So it'd be nice just to go in and get a feel for exactly like what clubs would be fitted to me, shafts, lie angles, things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that at Carl's Golfland in Bloomfield, coming up here pretty quickly, or soon, as soon as the wrist heals. I mean, honestly, I've just been trying to let the wrist heal as much as possible now that we're the off season, trying to get rid of it so I don't have it continuing through all of next year too.
Yeah. So you said you've not been fit for irons, obviously. Have you been fit for anything before?
No, never been fit for
No.
anything
Okay.
actually. So yeah, I've gotten
Yeah.
all my stuff like secondhand, kind of off
hmm
marketplace or eBay or something like that. But so yeah, I'm super excited. I like feedback too, so it'd be nice to see what the guys over at Carl's have heard good things. So it'd be nice to see what they have to say.
Yeah, I got fit for my driver there in 23, I think it was,
Okay.
and still going strong with it. I did put a new shaft in it, and it was a great call. I've tried it before, but I didn't have one, and bought one cheap off Facebook too, and threw it in there, and it's been money for me. And then I did get a iron fitting at PXG probably last like November or so, and those things are
Those are
money. Yeah, I went from a 120 Nippon Motus steel shaft in my AP2s that I had, and ended up getting the it's the Mitsubishi MMT 125 TX graphite shafts in
okay.
my irons, and I got the PXG 0317T heads. They're sweet.
Nice. Yeah, and
Yeah,
if you
I
guys
love
been
them.
watching any of the Bryan brothers, George is on the graphite. So is Jason
Oh
Day
yeah,
apparently. So
yep.
the graphite,
Yep.
I want to try them. I want to see what the hype's all about.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, they're heavy shafts, the ones that I got. So there's definitely days when it's a little colder. I can tell I'm not getting through it, so I'd play more of a cut.
Okay.
But the days where it's, good swing, it's not too cold, whatever. Definitely launching the ball higher than I was, but they're biting a lot more too, which is really nice. It's not like they're zipping by any means, but they're definitely biting and holding greens. And I was getting with those AP2s sometimes where it was coming in so low that it wouldn't hold anything, that I'd have to almost play like I was on a links course, even though I'm not, and just kill me sometimes.
Yep. I feel I have a really low ball flight, so I wonder if it is the irons. I just
Yeah.
always thought it was my swing.
Sometimes it's the ball, sometimes it's the shaft. It just depends, but they would definitely recommend a ball for you, or at least when I went for my fitting for both the driver and the irons, they were recommending a specific type of ball for me, so I knew what to try to play just to help
Hmm.
with my, launching and everything.
Nice. Well,
So,
Taylor, how
yeah,
was your 2025?
good, really good. I started the year out as a 9 handicap, I believe, got down to a 5.6. I think it was in the beginning of August, right before our group trip that we did. Shot a 74 and had a couple 76s on the card, and then a 78 like right before the trip. So unfortunately, for the competitive sake, my handicap dropped real quick, and then it also went back up very slowly. So I went back at the end of the year. I'm at a 7.1, I think is what I finished at. So I mean, it went back up, it regressed, but obviously I got down to a pretty good number for me. I think Josh, you and I were talking. I wanted to get down into the low sixes was my goal
Hmm.
for this season, and got down to a 5.6 was my lowest that I reached this year. Won a couple tournaments, play in a bunch at Metamora. Being a member there, I'll play in pretty much anything I can. Um, Finished up towards the top on a few and at the bottom on a few also, but won our member out there, which was sweet. And then also, we won a couple breakfast ball tournaments at the indoor facility we go to in Waterford. Josh and I, as partners, have won those.
Yeah, I think we got some social media content coming out on your guys'
But yeah,
latest stuff, huh?
that's right. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. But that member that you played in, didn't you? You went down to, weren't you in a playoff or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yep. So it's a net tournament. Pretty much everything I play in there is net. Me and majority of the people out there aren't good enough to be playing for any gross tournaments by any way. But we ended up going to our 18th hole. It's the seventh hole there at the course. I did not get a stroke, but my playing partner did. I secured a par for us, and he had probably about a, I don't know, 10-foot putt for his birdie. Pretty similar line. Ends up hitting it, makes his birdie or his par putt for a net birdie. Ends up giving us the tie, and we end up going through. We play to the playoff hole with these guys. It's par five. I hit a good drive. My partner hit a good drive. Our playing partners, one of them did not hit a good drive. The other did. The guy that did not hit a good drive tried to be super aggressive. Ends up basically taking himself out of the hole. So
Damn.
it leaves it up to his playing partner. He gets up to the green. He is just off the green, chipping for birdie. He chunks the chip. He chunks his second chip. I didn't have to putt. I had a birdie putt from probably about like 20 feet. My partner had probably about a 23-ish foot putt for par right behind me, so he was going to give me a good read. So he ended up just giving up and gave us the win there, but it was a really good chance we were going to win anyways, seeing that I had a birdie putt and stroke down the hole too.
Yeah, you
So
almost would have loved to finish that out, but I guess you
Hmm.
take the win. Win is a win,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, from the competitor's sake, I don't necessarily like being handed a win, but I mean, we earned it too throughout the day, and ended up earning it by putting him in a spot where he had to execute and just didn't.
That's sick.
Yeah, it
See,
was
I
a lot of fun.
I haven't played any competitive golf, and that's one of my biggest goals for 2026 is really like getting in some competitive rounds. I know you've talked about it, Taylor, that it's really helped your game and kind of just feeling that pressure of tournament golf is just a different pressure. So I'm really excited this year to kind of get in my tournament rounds and get my feet wet in some competitive golf.
Yeah, I know you and I are talking about playing in the member guest at Metamora. They have a weekend tournament that you and I are going to play in together, hopefully. So get you
Nice.
some experience in beforehand, hopefully, and then be ready to go for that.
But yeah, I can't wait for that, man. This year is gonna be big. This year is gonna be big.
Get to know that course. That course is a great course. It's going to
So
be fun.
Josh, I know you and I've played in a couple indoor tournaments. Do you have any tournaments or cool like trips, anything like that you got to do this year?
Yes, we went up north, played a few different courses this year. I mean, we played St. Ives at Tullymore. That was a really, really nice course with a great group of friends. And then our trip that we did earlier this year, gosh, I think I did a total of 4 or 5 trips this year with either friends, family, and then with us, and it was a lot of fun this year. I think the most fun I had was during our group, our designated drivers group. Just the mesh of everybody, and plus the courses, the weather, everything was perfect, you know. So
Yeah, the only bad thing about that course was all the gnats on, was that Betsy Valley? Was it that the
Yeah.
one?
yeah,
Yeah. But that's the only competitive golf I ever get is when we're going on the designated driver's trip. That's the only competitive golf I've ever played.
Yeah, and I mean, some of those guys, it's tough to be
Yes.
competitive.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things where it kind of makes you have to lock in a little bit more too, because if you're giving up a bunch of strokes to somebody, if you're not on your game, those strokes get eaten up pretty quickly to where you're then fighting
man.
back and trying to make up for it. So,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And some of those guys, man, some of those guys are sandbaggers. I'll say that.
Josh,
Nope,
Not
nope,
mentioning any names.
Joshua,
nope. What you talking about? That ain't me.
yeah, dude. Anytime anything like pressure, money, bragging rights, whatever comes up, Josh is just so clutch when we play.
Hey man.
I don't know
Sometimes
where
you
it
got
comes from, but it happens, and it's great when it does because all the pressure's then off. You know, okay, here we go. We got some money. We're having some fun, or we're playing for something. You know, Taylor and I had a 5 round
Kind of like a
attempt.
major tournament series, right?
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. I think didn't I win the first one, and then you won basically everything else except the very, very, very last one that we decided to play anyways because you were up 3. I
Yeah,
think that's what it was.
I won the first one, and then you won the 27-hole one that we did at Pine Knob. On the last hole, I ended up hooking my iron out of bounds off the box, and you tried to give it to me still, and I just couldn't capitalize. You ended
This
up winning on the 27th hole. It was pretty cool.
this ball went. You couldn't see it. It went into the parking lots on the other side of the condos. We couldn't
I'm
believe
pretty
it.
sure I hit someone's roof in their condo there.
We heard it bounce. We're like, all right, we're gonna go. We're gonna finish this hole. You know,
No glass, thankfully, just shingles, but you could hear it.
it definitely sounded like something hefty was hit.
That has to be one of the worst feelings is when you hear the noise after a wayward
yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
Oh, you just want to get off the hole as fast as possible.
Exactly, because you're like, okay, just pray to God this guy doesn't come out and start yelling at me or request my information or anything like that. You know, you live on a golf course, you should expect some, especially if you live around the holes, right? You should expect some random balls to be hitting your house every now and then. But it's just like, man, I couldn't do it. It's too big of a risk, you know.
Yeah, I don't want
Hey.
that extra expense, that's for sure.
Plus the insurance. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine what insurance is.
So I know we talked a little bit about like tournaments and whatnot that we've played, but have you guys got any like idea of how many courses you played, or like maybe your top courses that you got to play this year, or ones that maybe you wish you would have, anything along those lines?
I think Grant told me I played 26 or 27 different courses this year.
Okay,
Wow.
that's pretty good.
Which is a decent amount, right? I mean, played the Lynx. I played a few others I'm forgetting the names of. I'll have to look them up. Played the Nightmare and the Dream earlier this year. Like there's a few courses that I would love to still like play, but that quantity, I'm like, all right, that's about the same amount I played last year. I just played more last year. That was the only difference. So
Out of those 26, Josh, what do you think is like your top 3 that you played this year?
this year, Fieldstone is always up there. It's one of my favorite courses. Eagle Crest is up there too. I basically grew up around that course, and then probably the last one was St. Ives. St. Ives was really, really nice. I
I
really
think you're
enjoyed
leaving
that
one
one.
out, brother.
And
You are
Arcadia,
definitely
Arcadia Bluff. There we go. Yes, I
definitely
did
leaving
play
one out.
Arcadia Bluffs. Completely went over the brain with that one, but yeah, no, Arcadia was also a lot of fun as well. Didn't play the best there. The first round we played, I forget what the course's name was. The South Course.
The South Course, yeah.
Yeah, didn't play. I was very disappointed in myself. Taylor can go into more depth in that another time. And then the Bluffs didn't play the best, but the views was amazing. Nothing has topped that yet for me. So that was a beautiful course.
That's one of
awesome.
those courses, like, I don't know if you guys would ever do it. I don't know that I would, but maybe if I got too old and I couldn't go play or whatever. But if I was with somebody and they were out there playing the Bluffs course, I'd 100% be trying to get one of those rider fee carts to go out there and ride with them, just take pictures and enjoy it because it is so beautiful out there. Even the golf holes alone, like take away the lake that you're there looking over, like the obviously it looks like an ocean while you're out there, but like the views of the course itself, everything that goes there. I mean, the 2 times I've got to play it have been absolutely perfect weather, so it makes it even better. But that course just holds a special place for me. I'd play there every single year if I could. It's so awesome. I love playing there.
That is numero uno on my 2026 list. I have still yet to play there, but God, you guys make it sound amazing.
Dude, it's awesome. I've got so many pictures, and the best part's all the memories too. Like I didn't necessarily play the best either time I played there, but this last time I pushed myself and decided to play back from, I think it was their tips at the time. It was like just shy of 7,000 yards. It was like
Damn.
6,900 something yards, and I was driving the ball well, so it helped me. But it was a tough round. So I think I shot an 89, and that was playing the second round of the day. So I was a little fatigued there at the end, but I'm still happy that I broke 90 from, about 500 yards further than what I normally do or normally play.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun, but that course is so beautiful. I love playing there.
that's awesome.
Yeah. What about you, Nate?
This year, I have no idea how many courses I've played. I don't track it as well as Josh does. So I have no idea. But I did play a lot of courses that are on my bucket list. So first was Sweetgrass up in the UP. I don't exactly even know what city. It's in the middle of nowhere, UP. But they have like 2 or 3 courses there. I played the Link style. I think the other one is a little more wooded. But that was probably one of the best courses I've ever played, which is not that many yet. But yeah, it was really cool. From their practice facility to the cart girls to the clubhouse. I think that was one of the first places I bought merchandise because they had like sick merchandise. So I just loved everything about that course. Forest Dunes. I played Forest Dunes this year. I didn't play the Loop. I forget what the other one is called. I think it might just be Forest Dunes, but I played that course. So. That one was really cool. Pure. The way the green sounded when you hit a green, man, it was like a thud. It was just sounded different. It was really cool. And then I really enjoyed the Crystal Mountain course. The not Betsy, the other one, Mountain Ridge, I think it was
Mountain Ridge,
what it was called. Yep. That was my first real, I feel like, tournament feel or resort feel golf, however you want to phrase it. But the way the fairways were lined, but then like even if you hit it into the trees, you still could usually find it wasn't like woods, it was like wood chips. I really enjoyed that course. It was a lot of fun.
Was that the one that had that kind of tight par 4? You had to kind of cut it or hit it right up the left side of the fairway, or was it the par 5 that had the water kind of lining the
par
fairway?
4.
The par 4, okay.
Yeah, the par 5 was Betsy course,
Betsy?
Where it was
okay.
like, yeah, you kind of had to lay up. You could almost hit driver. Yeah, I hated that course.
Yeah, see, the first day playing there, I hit a great drive off the tee on Betsy. Second day, okay, but both times when we played the Mountain Ridge, I was in those trees on the right, tried to hit a little push cut into the trees, still had like 200 out, so walking away with double both days definitely bit me there. But both of those courses I thought was great. Yeah.
But that was my top 3. I think there was one more that I'm forgetting that. Oh, there is one more honorable mention. I played the Fortress at Frankenmuth. That course. I played it in the fall time. It was just beautiful. Like all the leaves were changing. The fairways were clear of leaves, but all the colors were there. It was amazing. I really enjoyed that course.
Yeah, I had the chance to play there last year and haven't got to, but definitely want to get up there and play that. That course looks awesome. I've seen it on YouTube a couple different times from a couple different creators playing there. It looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, Frankenmuth is just a cool place too. Like I'd like to go up there for Christmas. They're known for like their Christmas store that they have up there. Bronner's, I think is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a whole like weekend out of it. There's tons of golf up there.
Used to go there every year as a kid during Christmas time. So
Nice.
and the mall that's right there next to the exit too. I mean, it's basically 60%, 70% empty now due to
Oh,
COVID and
really?
everything else.
Birch Run.
Yeah, Bertrand, yeah. But
Yeah.
a lot of good memories there.
I didn't know Birch Run was empty like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of just empty stores in there or stores that have the, going out of business type stuff where there's
Damn.
60, 70% off, that type of stuff.
What about you, Taylor? What was your top 3 for 25?
So number 1 will pretty much always be Arcadia Bluffs until I play something that beats it.
At
But
least you didn't forget about it.
yeah, close number 2 though is the South Course. So that day we played it this past year, and we played the South Course in the morning, and then in the afternoon we played the Bluffs course and got to finish as the sun was coming down. It was beautiful. But that South Course, I didn't drive the ball very well there. I was struggling with the hooks a little bit, but I still was finding a bunch of fairways, which was awesome because those fairways, Josh, what would you guess? They were probably like 80 yards minimum wide.
Mhm.
Like they were huge fairways. They did have a lot of bunkers, but the fairways were very forgiving. And then if you missed off the fairway, they were still very forgiving to where you could have a really good chance to get in there and play. I shot an 83 there from similar yardage to what I played at the Bluffs. I was just shy of 7,000, and that was a really good score for playing the first time there. Those greens are similar to what it sounds like you're playing at Forest Dunes because that course is pretty new. So they were very firm, and you could hear when your irons or wedges hit the green. But you could hit the sauciest little pitch shot in there, and it's still rolling out a good 10, 15 feet. Like you had to play to run it all up, and lots of Texas wedges, lots of bump and runs. But I really want to go play that course again because it was pretty windy in the morning when we played, and it was such a fun challenge because there's like no trees on property at the Bluffs or the South Course. So when it's windy at all, you feel every bit of it. So
Mhm.
it was a ton of fun. And then
True links golf.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's definitely linksy. There's elements of it for sure, but the Bluffs course has more of that heather with the landscape, I guess, where it's lots of elevation changes. Where Links seems to be a little bit more flat with the heather,
That's
where
fair.
Bluffs is obviously lots of elevation changes. But it's so much fun playing both of them. My number 3 course that I got to play this year was Geneva National. So I went on another golf trip to Wisconsin with some older guys that I'm good friends with from Metamora, and we went to Geneva National right off of Lake Geneva in Wisconsin. And their player course there was awesome. It was the course that I played the best at while I was there. But they had, I think, 3 courses on property, and we got to play all 3. But that player course was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And then an honorable mention, since you threw one in there too, Nate, is the Magnolia course at Disney. Um, get to go there quite a bit with my family, and they used to host some PGA Tour events there at the Magnolia course back in the day.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been under construction the 2 times I played before that, but it was all done this last year when I played, and it was really, really cool. I love playing there. It's a ton of fun.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. I've never played
Yeah.
golf in Florida yet, but I
Same.
think we might get a chance to play some golf in Myrtle Beach this year, which would be fun.
Yeah, no, is that April? March or April?
April. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's April. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. The grass definitely around the greens will get you.
Yeah.
Chunked plenty of wedges. Had a couple where like the ball's sitting up in the rough, so here at home it's kind of like teed up for you, so you can kind of launch your hybrid or 3-wood or whatever. So par 5 had the same idea there when I was playing in Florida. I had to rent clubs the first time, used a hybrid, literally swung right under it like it was a wedge because it was just sitting up there on a tee so good that, just kind of chunked it a little bit, I'm sure. Popped it straight up, probably went like 40 yards with a hybrid. It was like I was just hitting a little punch out with a 60-degree. It was pretty bad, but the grass will definitely get you there.
Yeah, the grain. You always hear about it. The
Yep.
grain. Well, I feel that's like a really good transition. We talked about all the courses that we played in 2025. Thought it might be a good idea to talk about maybe a top 3 or top 5 courses for 2026 that we're looking to play.
Yeah. Yeah,
Taylor,
for sure.
you want to kick us off for that one?
Yeah. So number 1 is American Dunes over there in Grand Haven. Really would love to get over there around like the 4th of July so you can kind of soak in all the patriotism and all the stuff that they've got for the fallen soldiers, and just all that would be a lot of fun to go and see. And I think you could probably make a day there on the property without playing and still walk away with a great experience. So I really want to get there and check that course out.
I like that idea of doing it on the 4th of July. I think that adds
Yeah.
to everything that it has to offer. That or Memorial Day would be a really cool one too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Memorial Day would probably be a little easier to get on, I would guess, seeing that, end of May, not as many people golfing maybe.
Mhm.
That's
But
fair.
yeah, the other ones that I wanted to play, Josh, I know you've played there. Maybe you can tell us how it is, but the Loop there at Forest Dunes, I really want to check that course out. I'd like to play it, one way the one day and then the other way the other, where, you don't get to do that at very many places. I'd really like to go do that just to, play it one day, have a picture in your mind of what the course is like, and then flip it completely backwards for the next day, and it's just completely different golf on the same exact property. I think it'd be so cool to do. The last one is the Fortress. Definitely would love to go play up there. So
Nice. Yeah.
yeah.
It's good. You'll like it.
Yeah, definitely want to get up there. Pat from our trip, he grew up that way, and I know he's played there a bunch, so definitely want to get up there and play with him.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, Nate? I know you already said Arcadia number 1.
Yeah, Arcadia, man. I'm really hoping that I can make it out there. We already have so many plans to golf at so many different places though this year that it's going to be tough to fit in the schedule. I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to try my best. Another one is American Dunes. Like you said, Taylor, I actually like the idea that you had to make it on one of those Memorial Days, 4th of July, whatever it is, just to kind of add to what the course has to offer with all the memorials and things that they do. And then the last one, I kind of wanted to pick something outside of Michigan because I think most of the stuff we picked was in Michigan, but I would like to try to make it out to French Lick. I've heard a lot of good things about that. My father-in-law went there a year ago and he had nothing but good things to say about it. So I really like to get out there and check out. And it's reasonable. It's only probably like 3-4 hour drive for us. So not too bad travel wise.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things there, and that group I went to Wisconsin with, I'm on their list for next year already, and the 2 places they're looking at, that French Lake Resort there in Indiana, and then Big
Nice.
Cedar Lodge in Missouri, which would be, both of them would be sweet. So I'm just waiting to find out for sure which one we're doing and who I've got to send my deposit to.
I have to say, I think I'd rather go to Big Cedar though.
Yeah, the cool thing is that one would be, I think, in the end of September. So, I mean,
Okay.
weather, you don't know what you're going to get, but Missouri probably be a little bit better than here. But I'm assuming the leaves and all that still changing with being into the fall. That could be pretty sweet out there.
That'd be nice.
Yep. Yep. Josh, what about you? What you got for 2026 must-play courses?
So American Dunes is definitely on that list. The Quest, which is the Dream, the Nightmare, and then their new course that they purchased, which is the Quest. I would like to play that at some point in time. And then I was actually thinking about this, and our buddy Joe lives on, is it Indianwood?
Indianwood, yep.
Yeah.
I would really like to play that next year. I can't believe I haven't thought about it sooner, but that course I would like to check that off the list because I've been told it's a really, really nice course.
Yeah, he lives on the new course there, and it's a lot of fun. It is a challenge too, and not really knowing the course, there's spots where you can easily lose a bunch of balls, even though you feel like it should be in play. But the greens there are awesome. Just the property alone is incredible. But I really enjoy playing there. But it's kicked my butt both times I've played there with him.
Yeah, so those 3 are the major ones, and then tack onto that, I want to continue to play at Fieldstone, because that's still my favorite course. that I've played here in Michigan, and I played my best ever when I play there. Don't know how, don't know why, I just do. I always, when the group golfer discounts come out, oh, I'm buying a few.
That's like
Fieldstone, hit your boy up.
Taylor saying he wants to play at Metamora this year.
I know, right? Right. I love to be a member there, but there's no, the finances aren't there yet.
That's fair. It's crazy though. We talked about so many courses in Michigan that like we want to go play. Like you just said, Indianwood. I don't know if you guys have played the Orchards, but I love getting out to the Orchards. I've never played Fieldstone. I've never played the Dream or the Nightmare. There's a course up in the UP called the Gray Walls that this year when we go for a family trip, I want to try to get out there too. There is just so much good golf in the state of Michigan. It is ridiculous.
It's the reason why we're ranked third in the nation. Like I
Put
think
your boys
we
on the
should be
map.
ranked. I personally think we should be ranked second, just because of the atmosphere and how Michigan is during the season, right? I mean, we only have basically a month-ish of extremely hot weather. The beginning portion of August into the previous month, which is July, right? So those are really, really the hottest months for Michigan out of the year, where it's really humid. But other than that, the fall colors are amazing. I mean, part of none, no other state has our colors that we do, and
Yeah.
it's just picturesque to a whole nother level. Like, just imagine playing at Arcadia with the leaves changing and all the ground changing during the fall season. I mean, that would be amazing, right? But what comes with that is the wind, right? So that's the only downfall of fall Michigan golf.
And cold.
And cold, yeah, cold as well.
They do a two-man scramble late fall. I want to say it's like the end of October at Arcadia, where you play. I can't remember if it was the Bluffs or the South, but it was very cheap compared to what you would normally pay for them. And it's a two-man scramble event. It's first thing in the morning, so it's going to be windy and cold. But like I said, I'm pretty sure it's the end of October. I really want to go do it. One, because I think the colors and everything would be sweet. The challenge of the weather and everything obviously would make it a lot more fun too. But I really want to do it just to go see what it's like out there come that time of the year, because I feel like it'd be really cool.
Yeah, I want to make a concerted effort this year to when the colors actually change, because I think you do get a little bit of fatigue once the season starts to wrap up and it starts to get colder. You can make excuses not to go out and play. I do want to make it like I want to put effort into playing more fall golf this year, just because it is. You guys are right. It's so beautiful, so beautiful.
Dude, I go play at Metamora all the time just because there's so few people out there that I ran through and played 18 holes or 36 holes the other day by myself, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. No one else wanted to go because it was only like 42 degrees or something stupid out there. I went and played 36 holes, was done in like 3 hours and 45 minutes, like real quick, to where my wife didn't know I only played 36. She thought I was just playing 18. So I ran it back real quick, played 36, and dude, it's so peaceful out there in the fall. And you see deer everywhere. The only thing that sucks is all the leaves and the geese that can be out there. But other than that, you're pretty much by yourself out there. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the
100%.
colors, all that. I mean, the weather is what it is. You got to kind of man up for some of that, but some of it too is just being a little bit crazy and obsessed with the game, where you're willing to go and suffer just to go play a little bit longer.
Yep, that's fair. I'd rather play in fall though than like struggle in the beginning of spring, because that also is a little miserable too. Spring
That's
is like
what-
wet, is like it's gross,
Yeah, when it's wet and squishy,
So
it's not
cold.
fun. But
muddy. Yeah,
if I can go play, I'm gonna go play. If I get the winter off, I'm getting out there and playing as soon as I can.
let's be honest, we're all sickos. We always get out there and play. We'll make an excuse to get out.
Yep, for sure. So obviously we wrapped up our 2025, talked a little bit about some of our goals, just kind of teasing them a little bit. I know our first episode we kind of touched on them too, but you guys want to jump into our 2026 goals and maybe go into them a little bit further of action items to get those goals accomplished? Sound
Yeah,
good?
100%. Let's do it.
I was gonna start it. So
All right.
my personal goal is to get back down to a 13, either that being through taking lessons, practicing, commitment to the workout, all that type of stuff, eating healthier. All that stuff combined should definitely help me improve and reach that goal. Overall golf goal for me would probably be just have more fun, relax. It's not everybody has great days and terrible days, right? So it's a game. We're not perfect. You got to remind yourself of that, and to really just enjoy the time out there in nature and on the course. And then really for our channel goals, I guess, right? I mean, we would really like to see this and commit to this and see where it goes with all the content, everything else, you know. So this is all new to me, as I said previously in the previous episode, and it's definitely outside my comfort zone. So learning all this and staying committed to it is definitely part of that process for me. So what about you,
No,
Nate?
100%. I agree with everything you just said. I think that's one of the reasons we're doing this, right? Is to kind of get on here and be able to talk and have people hold us to what we say we're going to do. It's easy to make excuses not to get out to the range and you just go out and play every other weekend or whatever it might be. So, no, I'm really trying to put some effort into playing more this year. Like I said before, I don't have any experience playing competitive golf. So, that is my biggest goal for this year, is just to get some competitive rounds underneath my belt. Not really putting any expectation on it with X amount of rounds, but I want to enter in some events. I know, like we said, me and Taylor are going to do the member guest, and I'd like to do probably like 4, 5, 6 more on top of that. This is really probably, I would say, my third. Last year was really my first year of like playing a lot of rounds of golf and trying to make a concerted effort to play 3 to 4 times a week, whether it's driving range a couple times a week and playing golf a couple times a week, or maybe playing golf 3 or 4 times a week and just calling it that. But last year was really the first year I've really given it a full effort. So this year, the big goal is to get down to a single digit handicap. So went from an 18 to a 12 last year, got it as low as a 10 something, but now being a 12, I'm going to set a goal that's going to be tough to achieve, but I think it's possible if I really put effort into it. I'm going to try to get down to a 5 handicap. So shaving another 12 stroke, or sorry, another 7 strokes off my handicap, which I did last year. So if we don't follow Josh's path, I think, and we stay on the right trajectory. Sorry, Josh.
Should be really easy for you to not do that. Just saying, all right? Should be real easy for you.
Yep. Yep. So competitive golf, get down to a 5 wait, did I say 5 or 7? 5 handicap is
5.
what I meant. Yep. Shave 7 strokes off. And then just be present at home, right? Try to maintain. We're doing a lot here. I'm doing a lot at work. I'm playing golf a lot. So trying to make sure that I have that work-life balance and can still be present at home and be available for everything that I have going on here too. Taylor, what you got?
I'm going to start with my personal goals. So I got 2 of each. First one, personally, I just want to be, more present and intentional at home too. Like I mentioned, I got 2 boys at home. I got a wife here at home. So it's real easy to come home from work and just want to sit by myself and chill and not do anything and just kind of let them do their own. But I want to make sure that, I'm doing something with them each and every day that makes it like memorable for them and makes them remember that, I contributed to them having a good day, or gave them something to remember for the rest of their life, hopefully. So that's one of my goals for this next year. And then the other one, I do want to get back into shape. Last year, I was really good of working out for probably about a 4 or 5 month stretch. I was working out at least 4 days a week, was eating a lot better. But with schedule changes and having 2 kids and just stuff being a lot easier to get DoorDash or, take out, whatever, I need to definitely get better at that. So I'm going to be definitely more vigilant with that this year. And I know my wife wants to jump on board with that one too. So hopefully next summer you'll see a much more lean and stronger Taylor.
It helps when you can get the wifey on board too, it just like that makes it a little bit easier to stay on track with, especially the nutrition.
Yeah, and I like cooking and prepping stuff. I hate the cleanup afterwards though. So she and I are both that way, which sucks, but we both really love to cook stuff and make new foods. I'm not necessarily interested in trying a whole lot of new foods. I'm a little picky in that regard, but I do like trying stuff I like in certain, like, different flavors, different seasoning, preparing it a different way, whatever, all for that. So if we can get on board with that, I think everything will be looking good come next year. Golf game wise, I'm gonna set an aggressive goal for my handicap too. I got down to a 5.6 was my low this year. I'm at a 7.1 I think right now. I really want to get down to like a 2.5. I think that'll get me to the point where I can maybe get into some tournaments and stuff just to test my game and see how good I am or how good I'm not against people that I don't really know and in situations where I got a lot of pressure. So if I can get to that, I'd be really happy. And I know being a lower number is going to be a lot harder. So kind of shoot for the moon, aim for the stars, whatever the saying is. If I end up in that range where I'm, high threes, low fours, I'll still be happy that I'm improving, but would really like to get to a 2.5.
Hell yeah.
Yep, and then I would like to shoot even par at least once next year. I've not done it yet. I shot 74 was my best, and just like I'm sure you guys do after every round, you look back at which holes you made mistakes on and what you could have done to improve it. And in that round that I shot that 74, I mean there are lots of ups and downs, but there's a couple holes specifically where it's like, dude, if I would have just hit a 5-iron here or a wedge, just chipped it out here instead of trying to go for it, I could have easily gotten to that part where I was shooting even par. But, that 74 was a lot of fun to do too, but would love to shoot an even par round.
I like that. I think we should all pick a number that we have as like a target score for one single round. Josh, I don't know what yours would be, but I was trying to think about mine. Mine would probably be 75 then, I guess, because I've broken 80 a couple times. So I think I would have to try to break 75, which, Taylor, if you're doing 70, it'd be 72, 71, 70, depending on the part. But
yeah.
Yeah, for me, it would be probably, low 80s to start off with. If I can get to that point, halfway through the season, I'll be extremely satisfied because.
No. Hold on. We need an aggressive number. We're talking about breaking par and breaking 70. Hey, I'm not looking for you just to shoot.
You're looking
80s,
at a guy that was on.
So yours is break 80.
Yeah, break 80. You've shot at 82 or an 83, haven't you?
Yeah, but that was at the end of 2 years ago.
Yeah, but still. So if you're searching for one single,
yeah, you're capable of shooting that low 80 round on a good day. And on a really good day, you might break 80.
Not this past year, I wasn't. I don't think I even got in the 80s once.
We're talking about 2026, Joshua.
I know. I know.
Thank you, Taylor.
I think 80, somewhere around the low 80s is a good number for me.
Like a 79.
This is break 80. Mine is break 75. And Taylor's is break par, whatever that might be.
Yep.
All right. I like that.
Yeah, I do think you can kind of get into a spot where you're like trying to put a number to it, where you're almost putting that extra pressure and performance anxiety on yourself.
Yeah, I'm not like that. I'd rather let's get to a number that I know for a fact I've gotten to before, and let's go from there. Because if I put two on, let's say it's the beginning, the same thing like that this year. I'm dealing with distance issues, I'm dealing with iron issues, I'm dealing with swing issues, and if I can't get out of it, then I'm just going to be more depressed, right? So low 80s is where I'm going to keep it. You guys can write down whatever you want for me, but that's
every round I play with you, Josh, and you're playing well, I'm gonna be like, hey man, you might break 80 today.
Oh man,
dude, it was just like when we were at breakfast ball doing the long drive competition, and you let loose on a few. You can hit it.
I know I can. I used to kick this boy's butt all the time.
It's still there. You're saying you lost it. You just did it 3 weeks ago.
That was one drive out of 25, 26.
I think it was like 3 out of 8, but yes.
Yeah, it was out of 8, and you had a couple of them pushing 3.
We can pull the tapes. We got them all.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, it felt like I only got one. So, man. But, yeah.
No, that's awesome. I think those are really good goals to set out for 2026. I think maybe even too, one thing we could do is, I know we're all fans of kind of chasing scratch, and it's one thing, it's easy to say what your goals are, but I think it'd be cool to lay out kind of like some things that we're going to do to take actionable steps to kind of get there as well, just so we can hold each other accountable a little bit more. And I think that would be kind of cool. So breakfast ball, you guys kind of alluded to it earlier, but you guys got a huge dub over at the tournament. Came down to what, like the 18th hole? Yeah, I think it was the 18th hole. You guys were like 2 down with 3 to play, something like that or another. I can't remember. I was just sitting there laid back watching the boys, stress-free while you guys were sweating it out. But yeah, and then they have another tournament coming up soon that we're going to participate in. I'm still looking for a partner because you two are going to duo up and leave your boy hanging. So
got to keep the team together, man.
Hey, I don't blame you guys after you've taken first place twice and then came second another time, or
Yep,
Yeah,
we lost by one
whatever the
stroke.
record is.
No, we lost by a tie. The tiebreaker hole.
Yeah,
They ended up
tiebreaker,
winning
yep.
the tiebreaker hole just during the match with their score. So that's how they ended up winning. So we came that close again to winning. So that's, to me, that's 3 wins in my eyes, right?
That's
3
fair.
wins. But
Hey, it's a net positive in the bank account. That's all I know.
exactly.
Well, so I definitely can't be the one to break you boys up. So anybody who might be listening who is interested in playing with your boy, holla at me. I'm available.
Nate, we got a video coming out here pretty shortly with all the breakdown of that down to with 3 holes left to play. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. That'll be pretty sweet to see.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think by the time the next episode comes out, we'll either be right up to the next tournament or right after. I can't exactly remember.
Yeah, we'll probably be right before it most likely. So we'll probably be
Yeah, right.
previewing it, hopefully getting an idea of who your teammate will be and getting everything ready to go for it. All right, so we got the holidays coming up. By the time this one comes out, be right around Christmas. Figured it'd be fun to do this little segment with you guys. Nate, I'm going to start with you, all right?
Okay.
So picture you're a little kid again. You're going to the mall. You're with your parents. You see Santa, right? You're in line.
Santa.
You're in line. You go and sit on his lap. He goes, ho, ho, ho. Nate, what can I get for you for Christmas to fix your golf game? What would your answer be for him?
Oh, man, I think this year the biggest thing, I know everybody always says drive for show, putt for dough, but I'm a firm believer that golf just isn't fun if you're not able to put the ball in play. And there's too many times this year that I struggled with consistency off the tee. So if I could get one magical present from Santa Claus himself, it would be a consistent driver swing. I want it repeatable. I want it to feel like I have a fairway finder when I need to go to something. I want to improve the driver to a point where I'm not scared of it anymore when I get up into the big opportunities.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Josh, what about you? Ho, ho, ho. Josh, what can I get you for Christmas to fix your golf game?
Magically take away the shanks and the poles, please. That would be amazing, Santa. If you can't do that, really a new driver, maybe a mini driver or even a 3-wood, maybe even
This
a
man's
5-wood.
asking for a whole new bag. I thought we got one wish.
I like my irons, but something to do with the longer ball, something to help improve you there would be great.
All right, Taylor. Oh, Josh, we do it at the same time. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, Taylor. What can we get you for Christmas?
For me, it'll definitely be the eliminating a two-way miss. There's days where I'm really struggling with snap hooks off the tee and days that it's like a push cut that, I have no clue which one's going to show up. So makes it real tough when there's out of bounds on either side or, any of that type of stuff where you're dropping off the tee and, having to re-tee for 3 or whatever the case is. Just getting rid of that to where I have a consistent miss, whether it be a little bit left or a little bit to the right. Don't care. Just want to get rid of that two-way miss.
Is that specifically off the tee for you, or is that kind of irons as well?
So I can get that way with the irons, but it's more so a snap hook for the most part, and then I'll compensate by aiming a little right and then just kind of push one. It's not like it's, flared out to the right typically, but I'll snap them every now and then, and that's where, I'll get in trouble. But I know I can aim a little bit more right, and, I might have to try to get up and down, but there's still a good chance that I'm in play. But if there's water left, I'm going to be aiming to that right side for sure.
That's fair. Do you play a cut off the tee? I can't remember.
Earlier this year I was hitting a pretty tight little power fade almost, where it's just, probably 250 to 270 if I really got one, where it's just kind of cutting towards the middle where, I don't know what changed, but last year I was hitting a draw really solid. And then at some point, probably in mid to late July, I started to draw the ball again and had quite a few up there pushing the 300 mark when I was hitting it well, a couple over 300, but I picked up probably another, 20 yards consistently, I would say, just by hitting a draw as opposed to that little bit of a cut.
Some of that has to do with that shaft that you got, by the way.
That's true.
1,000%.
Some of it, yeah, I'm launching the ball a little bit higher, but some of it I think was just the consistency in my swing. I was getting lessons a decent amount this year and doing a lot of practicing, so getting my swing just a little bit more on plane, I'm sure helped with getting that drawback.
If you got to pick, would you rather play a draw or would you rather play a fade?
I like the draw just because I get a little bit more pop out of it, and I would say most of the time I can back it off to where I'm not necessarily concerned about hooking it, where I'll just, hit maybe like a 80%, 90% shot. Whereas if I'm hitting a cut and I try to take anything off, then it's just a slice or potentially a shank. And then if I try to give anything more to it, it's just even more of a miss to the right for me. It's like I can't get the ball going left if I'm hitting the cut. So I would definitely prefer to hit the draw.
Nice.
All right. Well, I know we got the holidays coming up. We hope everybody listening, watching, hope you guys all have a great holiday, that you guys stay safe. I know we got a couple episodes that are going to be coming out here after the new year. A bunch of stuff going on social media.
Tournaments.
Yeah, got a couple tournament recaps. Going to be coming in hot and heavy here into the new year. Nate, Josh, you guys got anything?
I think that's it, man. Can't wait for the new year to start. I need some warm weather so I can play some golf.
For sure.
Swing hard, let them fly, baby.
Yep. All right. Well, you boys have a good one. Everybody listening, have a great holidays, and we'll catch you guys after the new year.
See ya.
Peace.